races.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our live studio show here on MXGPTV.com with me, Paul Malin, and Lisa Leyland. We are now at the MXGP of Limburg, believe it or not, the same Lommel venue as we were just over the weekend. But our guests today, Isak Gifting, Brian Bogers, and Marcus Pereira de Freitas, the general manager from Team HRC. But before we catch up with our guests, Lisa, welcome back.
Welcome.
How are you finding these chilly mornings at the moment?
I actually quite like them because it's October, and if it was warm and sunny, it would just be strange. So I'm kind of getting used to being in the winter months now, and I've climatised, so it's good. You? Still enjoying your home GPs?
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't mind it, but anyway, I live down the road, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, let's get on with the show. Our first guest is Isak Gifting, of course, Team Diga Procross Gas, factory rider. Welcome to our studio show, Isak.
Thank you very much.
Before we go anywhere, because you are a first time on the studio show, just a quick line from your favourite song, anything.
You're always stressing about this.
He is actually generally worried about this.
Yeah, for sure.
Something short, go on.
Come on, I can't do it. What do you want me to do? Like the national song?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Okay, I'll do the national song.
Okay, go on.
Okay.
Du gamla, du fria, du fjäll.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, we were only messing, don't worry.
Yeah. Really? No?
Yeah.
It was a joke, but I love it.
Anyway.
I told you also.
Anyway, good dog.
My God.
Well, look, background first of all, because you are new to MX2. How long have you been riding? When did you start? How did you get into it all, first of all?
First of all, I started when I was about 7 years old, home in Sweden, and since then I've been just trying to go more and more international, and finally I'm here riding the GPs.
Well, obviously you started the year in EMX 250. You've been there the last few years. Before you moved to the MX2 category in Mantova, you had 3 podiums. Are you happy, or I guess, were you happy with where you were at before you got the call from Gas in terms of your improvement in EMX 250?
Yes, for sure. I felt like it was quite a good season for me, and also to move to the GPs was, for sure, a little bit difficult decision, because, as we know, I was third in the championship, and maybe I could do some good results there. But I mean, as I said before the start to you, Lisa, the only thing I want to achieve by riding the MX is to get a good ride in the GPs. So this chance I have now, it was only to take it.
Well, you did arrive in Mantova with Diga Procross Gas, but how long before that race did you get the call from them to say, we want you to be in MX2?
Yeah, we had really short time, actually. It was maybe just 1.5 weeks before the race, so I only had 4 days on the bike, which is not much. We started testing a little bit, and I felt pretty good straight away. And in Mantova the race was good, so no worries.
Yeah.
And so far, has it kind of been what you expected?
To be honest, I expected it to be a little bit more hard, actually.
All right.
Yeah.
Like I should struggle a little bit more. But so far it's been going quite well. So
must be that factory bike.
Yeah, might be. Yeah, for sure.
Well, look, it's fair to say that you've impressed already. This was Mantova 2. You grabbed the whole shot and you led. How was that feeling for you, leading the very first time in MX2, your second GP? What was going through your mind when you hit the first couple of corners up front?
Yeah, for sure, it felt unreal. I just tried to not focus on that I was leading a GP, and didn't go so well. I think after half a lap I crashed, but
we don't show that, don't worry.
You don't show that? Yeah, good. Then we can forget about it.
But obviously, high pace at the beginning, clear track. You've never got a whole shot in the MX 250 before, have you?
No.
So this was the first time leading at this level?
Yeah.
Yeah. So even more nervous, maybe?
Yeah, for sure. I'm quite shocked as well.
Yeah. But I guess now that you've had that experience, like everything else, once you do it once, next time it happens, and it could happen here on tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
You'll be more prepared for it.
I mean, it gave me a lot of confidence also in the start.
Yeah.
Like now I feel like I really should be in the top.
Sure.
when I do the start. So.
Good. Yeah, go.
Well, in the 5 GPs that you've raced so far, you've actually only been outside the top 10 just the once.
Yeah.
It's pretty good going. Is that where you expected to be, or where you were aiming for inside the top 10?
I mean, for sure, the goal was to be top 10, like every time, but I knew it was difficult, and especially if you had not so good start, then it's really hard to go into the top 10. But I think I did better than I expected, because now I did some bad start, crash in the start sometimes, still got into top 10, so for me it feels really good.
Yeah, and obviously here on Sunday you went 6-8. Were you more impressed with your 6th place finish in race 1 or the 8th place finish in race 2 because you fell at the first corner?
The second race, definitely, because I felt like my riding in the second race was a little bit better. I was more confident and on the gas the whole race. Like I really pushed myself.
How is it in the team actually? Because obviously they're a brand new factory team. Before they were just like a Husqvarna team in MX250. They've stepped up to MX2 with the Gas family. Factory bikes, factory team, I guess. How is that experience for you?
I'm very happy with it. I'm surprised it's so good, because I've never been in a team before, so I didn't know what to expect. But team manager is good, mechanics are good, everyone around. I think they know what to do with everything, and I feel really safe there.
And do you feel the difference in the level of equipment that you had? Because if you were in your own team before, mum and dad paying the bills or whatever, uncles, aunties, I don't know, stock machinery, and then all of a sudden different suspension, different engine. Did you notice the level when you first got on the bike? Like, whoa, this is...
I mean, I had quite good stuff before also, but for sure it was a big step. Like, I mean, the bike I have now, feels really good.
Sure. Obviously, you don't mind riding in sand because, you know, the results that we've seen in the past. I remember even a few years ago when I first noticed your name when we were in Latvia, places like that. Yeah. You always seem to sort of, you know, do okay in the sand. Are you more of a sand man than a hard pack man? Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, for sure. Everyone always tells me that also, that I'm better in the sand. Cool. I mean, I feel comfortable also on the hard pack, but the results always show a little bit better in the sand.
And how difficult was the track here on Sunday? A lot of people saying that because it was rough right from the very first lap, it obviously made things even more difficult late on in the day. Was it the same for you or not really?
Yeah, it was really hard actually. I think the free practice and the time qualifying was the hardest, because when you go out on a track it's usually quite flat when you start it, but now it was really rough all the way from the beginning, so it's hard to get into the flow. But for the motos, I think it was okay.
Yeah. And before we let you go, obviously this is a triple header, so you raced on Sunday, you race again tomorrow. By the time we get to Sunday, you're going to know you've done 3 Grand Prix around here, aren't you?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I already feel the first competition in my body, but I think for tomorrow I will be ready again.
Okay. Yeah. Well, hopefully Brian Bogers is in there. I've not had the signal to say that he is outside waiting to come and see us. Give one more question. How are you getting on with the rest of the MX2 riders? Are you one of those that kind of keeps yourself to yourself, or are you one that doesn't mind talking to other people? Are you quite focused?
I don't think I talk too much with people. Only people that I know a little bit before, like
me and Lisa.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he sings for us. I mean, that's a step further, isn't it?
Well, exactly.
We're privileged.
Friends.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Unfortunately, I did. No, but I try to keep to myself a little bit, and the team and the people I know, and the other guys I mostly see as competitors.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the plans between now and the rest of the season? Obviously, we've got 2 more GPs here, 3 in Italy, in Trentino. What would your ideal goal be for the next few races?
For the next few races, honestly, I just want to do like I did right now. Keep progressing, be more confident, be more secure on the track, make less mistakes, and definitely make some better starts. I think if I just focus on the starts, then I will have the other things as well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, look, Isak Gifting, thanks for joining us here today. Hopefully Brian Bogers is outside, and we'll meet him in a moment. But before we do, let's check out some highlights from MX2 Race 2 here on Sunday, the Monster Energy MXGP of Flanders.
So Vial with his 16th foxhole shot of the season. Isak Gifting goes down and takes half the field with him. Maxime Renault looking fresh as he moves alongside Watson. Watson stays there in third though, but for how much longer? Renault eases past the Englishman and into third, but then he goes wide. Watson may just take that position back. Up and over the hill. Oh, I'll tell you what. Renault from out of nowhere, he's found his way past Watson. This time he goes defensive and closes the door. So Renault now pinned the third. Oh, Watson goes over the bars, out of fourth place. Are we going to see a challenge for the lead here at the end of the section here? I think we are. Easily through though. Beaten just ahead of Watson. Oh, and a bobble there from the Aussie. He switches it to the outside. Cut between the two lines then. But Watson, he's in attack mode. Goes long again, and he does find a way past. So Watson now up in the sixth. Meanwhile, Van der Moosdijk has found his way into third. Olsen now in fourth place. Oh, and look at that, Watson breezes by. Maxime Renault takes fourth away. Watson is riding inspired here. Jago Geerts, Monster Energy Yamaha, hits the finish line, wins race 2. Vial stands on the top step of the podium. Geerts second. It's Watson, his second podium of the year with third. Vial, another point clear of Jago Geerts today. Maxime Renault up to third.
Hello everybody, welcome back to our live studio show here on MXGPTV.com, where our next guest is in the house, Brian Bogers, and this year rider for Marchetti Racing Team KTM. Brian, just really briefly, still in MXGP obviously because of your age, but it's not been the easiest transition to MXGP for you, has it? Obviously the 2 years before, obviously we had all those problems. How are you feeling now?
Yeah, on the moment I feel very good. I think you also could see this last Sunday. The results were good. Yeah, also in the end, like now in the end of the season, it's getting better and better every race. So, yeah, this is important for me. You know, we're making steps forward now, and yeah, this is good. In the beginning, we were, yeah, it was just not good enough for me, for myself, because I knew I could do more. But yeah, finally, it's. It goes better. So.
And how are you finding life at Marchetti Racing Team, KTM actually? Because it's not a factory team. You had 2 years at Honda before that. Is it less stressful now? Is it a little bit more relaxed and maybe more your style, or how is it?
No, not really. It's different, but yeah, if I'm behind the start gate, it's still the same feeling. You know, sure. I want to go all in 100%. And if it's a factory team or not, it keeps the same.
So the stress is still there because you want to go top 3, top 5 still?
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah. Well, you touched upon it a moment ago. The first few rounds you were a little bit up and down, weren't you? I mean, perhaps a bit inconsistent. Why was that?
I think it was mental. It's a mental game. Mentally I wasn't strong in the beginning. I think this is the biggest difference. Now mentally I feel very good. I feel strong, I feel fit on the bike, so this is a big change for me.
Okay.
Well, the first time we really saw you back up front again was in Latvia, MXGP of Riga. You were up front, you held fourth for a long time in that first race. Yeah. So that must have been really good to be back up at the sharp end with the top guys again.
Yeah, but also on this race you could see that I'm mentally not 100% because one guy passed me and then 5 other guys came.
Okay.
And yeah, it's difficult, you know, because the level is so high, so everybody is so close to each other. So when one guy passes you, and you get like a mental, okay, I need to regroup, and do your own race, but you can't because the next one is already knocking on the door. And
but at the same time, being up front for so long must have also given you confidence. You know, yes, you got past, and there were 4 or 5 guys ready to pounce.
Yeah.
But at the same time, back in 4th place, you must have think, actually, when you got home after that race or back to the camper, actually 4th, and I had the pace, I had the fitness, I had the everything. So it gives you something to work on for the rest of the season.
Yeah, for sure. This was also like a reminder. I still can do it.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, so this was a small reminder. But anyway, I dropped back to I think 10th, and then this is what you don't want in a race like this, you know, because you are for 20 minutes in 4th place, and then in 10 minutes you go back to 10. And this is not good.
Well, obviously on Sunday here, almost 2 4th place finishes. Shame about that mistake in the second race, but a great day for you. You must have been really pleased with the way you performed.
Yes. After first race, I was really happy. You know, 4th place is really good, and I felt really good out there. And yeah, it was a shame for the second race that I made a mistake, but. Yeah, these things can happen, you know. On a track like this, a mistake is like, in a really small corner, and so it can happen. But
sure.
Yeah.
Well, with 2 more GPs here, and then we've got 3 more GPs in Italy, and with some more racing like what we're watching now, would it be possible to say that you can actually push for top 10 overall in the series?
He's not even looked at the points, have you?
I did. I know I think it's 54 points for Evans, so I have still 5 races for this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Should be possible, but for the top 10, who knows?
Yeah.
When I keep going like this, everything is possible.
Yeah, and obviously would that be a nice way to round out the season if you could get there based on what you experienced at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, for sure. If I can end the season like that, will be great.
Okay, cool.
Okay, fantastic. Well, we've got another quick reminder of how you can get involved with MXGP TV and a new package that we've got going on for you this weekend. It's at a reduced rate, which means you can get the whole MXGP season now up until the end of the season, plus the remaining rounds live or on demand. It includes MX2, MXGP, EMX, WMX, our studio shows. We've also got episodes in there from our Behind the Gate program. Go to MXGPTV.com for all the details and you'll get that whole package at a reduced rate. So check it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Well memorized.
Yeah, I know. It's such a good deal. It's hard not to memorize it.
Well, look, before we let you go, Brian, obviously the weather this time of year in Belgium can be a little bit unpredictable. Looks like we've got dark clouds on the horizon. Might have a little bit of rain today or tomorrow. If we do have rain, obviously the ground will be quite heavy. Will that suit you more than the conditions we had on Sunday?
The results on Sunday were good. I know for myself the results will be in like muddy conditions will also be good. I feel good out there, so for me it doesn't matter how the track gonna be. I go for 100%. Fully focused and go with the flow. Okay, well look, thanks for joining us. Brian Bogers. We are going to talk to Marcus Freitas in a moment, HRC General Manager. But before we do, here's the highlights from MX2 Race 2 from the race here on Sunday.
MXGP Race 2, 30 minutes plus 2 laps here. The Monster Energy MXGP of Flanders here at Lommel. It's been a tough one and it's only going to get tougher. Walsh, and was that DeSalle or Fevre that went down? I think it was DeSalle at the back. Oh, absolutely fantastic stuff that from Geiser. Cut back to the inside, but Prado, honey badger status right there. Giving it right back. Brian Bogers, Marchetti Racing KTM, 4th in race 1, 4th in race 2. It's going to be 4th overall if he stays where he is on 36 points. Brian Bogers looking good in 5th place until that moment. 11 laps complete for Tim Geiser. Here he is, Team HRC. That was the corner, the left-hander that he fell in race 1, actually. Prado has gone down. Oh, back end. Him and Siwa were committed through there. Geiser, 2 to go for the Team HRC rider and championship leader. 48 points clear. Tony Cairoli at the moment. 24. He's doubled his points lead today. Oh, Siwa. Where's he off? Is that Febvre coming over the line? Yes, it is. He's now in 2nd place. Knows he can't afford to switch off. He would have seen the mistake that Siwa made. Tim Geiser will cross the line for Team HRC, a winner for the 9th time this year. And Geiser wins his 2nd Grand Prix of the season. Febvre 2nd, Siwa 3rd. Tim Geiser wins for the 2nd time here at Lommel. A 2nd and a 1st gives him the lion's share of the points. Paul on the box in 2nd. For the first time this year, Prado 3rd.
Hello everybody, welcome back to our live studio show here, round 14 of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of Limburg, with me, Paul Malin, and Lisa Leyland. Our 3rd and final guest is in now, Marcus Pereira de Freitas. He is the HRC General Manager for MXGP. Welcome to our studio show, Marcus. And we had Tim in not so long ago, and when we had him in here, it was, I think it was Mantova 3, the MXGP of Europe. He had an 11-point lead over Tony. He'd just taken the red plate as well a couple of rounds before. In the last 3 rounds, that 11 points has suddenly grown to 48. That's quite a turnaround, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, we didn't expect that, to be honest. You know, many things happened this year, you know, weird season, but we're always trying to keep in working, you know, and doing what we know to do. And yeah, after we've been paid off, you know, in the end.
Sure. I wouldn't say it started in Lombardia, but when he had that race win and his first GP win, and then obviously the red plate as well, that must have contributed, must have gone a long way to sort of giving him the confidence that he is currently enjoying at the moment.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, actually, I mean, he's starting the season with a lot of pressure himself, I believe. So, you know, I think through the season, he just start to, you know, to try to avoid mistakes and rein race by race and enjoy the race as he's, you know, always when he enjoy that, the results come through. And yeah, then you start to see where real team guys are, you know, and yeah, that's what I'm really proud of.
Obviously, this was Mantova where he took the win and his first GP. Were you surprised that it had taken so long for him to get on? Because he's been on the podium a lot of times this year. Were you surprised that it taken him so long to get that win?
Well, yeah, we know that he was capable to do that early in the season, but well, we just need to be happy when that comes through, you know. So, but obviously, yeah, for sure. Also, Team Geiser was waiting for that more early in the season, for sure. But I was happy that happened. Then we already with the red plate and start to stick with them till the end. So,
but it also goes to show you don't need to win every weekend to lead a championship.
No, exactly. So you can see this year just with 2 winners and we're still there with 48 points leading. So things happen and we just need to take step by step.
Sure.
How did that day in Lombardia change the mood of the team? Because I mean, it took quite some time to get there, 9-10 rounds, but I can imagine it must have given you all a much needed boost.
Yeah, obviously it was big one. So
Yeah.
after that race, I think everyone team also have his set mind. You know, just say, okay, man, now I can go for it and just relax and try to enjoy my races every weekend. You know, weekend. So and then the results just show up.
Would you say Tim has changed as a rider at all this year? If so, how?
I think just get more mature, you know, and just now year by year, just learning from mistakes and try to build up from there. And yeah, things even in technical, you know, he's just more smart and know what he really wants to do, you know, on the bike and ready to accept when his mistake as well. So
Yeah.
I think that is a good point for Tim.
Well, obviously, a couple of rounds later, here we are at Lommel. On Sunday, he rode great. And obviously, Lommel has always been one of those places where it can determine a championship. People can either gain a lot of points, lose a lot of points. On Sunday, he rode absolutely fantastic, and he doubled his points lead. It was 24 before we came here. He left here with a 48-point lead.
Yeah.
Were you surprised with what you saw on Sunday from him?
Yes, like you said, always here it can be like a great day or like really nightmare day. So, and obviously last Sunday was just great to have that double point leading to the championship now, and Tim just rode like unbelievable. Never saw him ride like that before. And all the trainings he put together during the winter on the sand, so that's been paid off in the end. So we're happy with that.
And obviously, this is something that, from the outside looking in, as a rider myself, we used to say, turn your weak points into your strengths. Sand, he could ride it, but it wasn't his strongest point.
Exactly.
He won here last year with 2 second places. He's won again here this year. You've obviously been working a lot in these kind of conditions behind the scenes, it seems.
Yeah, no, true. All the team, I mean, been just put a lot of effort behind the scenes to get that weak points that was in the past, and I believe Tim now have a good, capable to ride on sand as he was not before. He was always called the guy to ride on hard pack, but now like turn all the way around. So yeah, good to see him there.
Yeah.
And how do you think that Mitch would have done on Sunday? I mean, has his Lommel skills improved since joining HRC, and how's he doing?
Yeah, actually Mitch is just about to have his rehabilitation. He's doing well, so it's a shame to not have him here.
Yeah.
He rode well on the last couple of races. I think so even in sand during the preseason last year. He just do like very well actually this year. So, and been just improved race by race. He's just ready to go in the podium, you know. He said, man, I'm ready. I just need an opportunity. I'll be there. And that's happened.
How do you think he would have done here on Sunday, Mitch?
Well,
him and Tim are training quite a lot together, riding-wise, I guess?
I guess he'll be doing well. I think it's top 5. I think so was his place there.
Yeah. What did you think to the track, actually, on Sunday?
Well,
it was heavy. A lot of people said it was quite tough.
It was quite tough. The track here is quite tough, exactly. So, yeah, but like we know, Lommel is the toughest race in the season, so in the calendar. So we always expect it for a better days. So
3 GPs in a row. I guess you brought extra parts as well.
Exactly. Also, we know that maybe going to be a wet race next one, so try to put a lot of parts there.
Obviously, there's no provisional calendar out at the moment for next year, but it looks like we'll have a very different off-season because obviously this season is still running. It's going to be running into early November. How will you deal with that as a team? How does that change your winter program?
Yeah, actually, it's really tight now. Normally, we're about to already stop this season right now. You know, have already our test done, but now it looks like we're going to have it's still more like 1 month to have everything set up for next year. We just need to speed up, you know, and make sure that we be ready for when we start next year.
Sure. And just really quickly, are you testing things at the moment for next year during the races?
No, not yet. No.
Too early.
Too early, actually. We just try to focus on races, you know, and that's important right now, and leave that to the end.
All right. Well, look, Marcus, thanks for joining us here today. All the best for tomorrow, the rest of the season with Tim. Obviously, a potential 4th World Championship is on the horizon, but still a long way to go.
Oh, man, yeah. We never talk about that.
No, still a long way to go. Well, look, thanks to all our guests, to Marcus, to Isak, and to Brian. We will be back to do this again on Saturday when we're here for the 3rd instalment of this triple header here in Belgium. So enjoy the races today. We're back live just after 1 o'clock local time today. Enjoy the European action and join us for tomorrow's World Championship races if you can. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.